Hey everybody, it's the coldest it's ever been, I think, in central Indiana. What do you say, guys? You want to go camping?
Herky, he's lost his mind. We're not going camping. No way.
Oh well, doesn't hurt to try.
Okay, how about this? Instead of camping in -13, how about we just talk about our Runaway and how long we've had it and why we love it so much. So February, I think like the 16th, we will have our Runaway 3 years. So why did we buy a Runaway?
Wow, it was a decision that took place over a long period of time, I guess you might say.
Oh yeah, 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. The original idea was that I was going to build a tiny camper because we didn't want anything small.
That would never happen.
I think I certainly have the skills to build it,
yes.
but I certainly don't have the time.
No.
So that led us to doing some research online, trying to find something pre-built.
Yes, kind of, because we did the inside.
Yeah, I think that actually helped us out because I got to build the things I wanted to build.
Right.
But we
got it in a timely fashion.
Right. It didn't take us 3 years. It only took us a couple weekends, and we were
right. Yeah.
We were up and
by
going.
March 1st, we were out in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I certainly wanted to get off the ground. Wanted to
cool and warm.
Yeah. Wanted climate control. We've had several pop-ups down through the
tents.
Down through our marriage, tents and all that.
Yeah.
We were ready for this.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good upgrade.
Yep.
So how do you think the Runaway has changed the way we travel?
I think, as I think back on it, when we originally bought the camper, we were thinking we would just go out to a state park for the weekend.
Like we did with a tent.
Like we did with our tent campers.
True.
We'd go out to the state park, we'd set up, spend the whole weekend doing some hiking and things like that.
True.
Especially in this past year, what it's turned into is mainly a vehicle for us to travel to the places we want to go.
Right.
I.e. road tripping is kind of what we've been out Route 66, we've been all out west, we've taken some back roads in Indiana.
We've done the Natchez Trace.
Yes.
We're going to do that again in March.
Natchez Trace is great. So I think it's allowed us to be more flexible, and we can move from campsite to campsite, or even
parking lot to
parking lot. We certainly use this at truck stops and
casinos,
casinos. All those
you
things.
name it.
So I think that's one of the things that's changed. Like, we bought it for camping, and it's mainly turned into road tripping and camping nowadays.
Well, yeah, because the first summer we had it, we had 6 weddings, 4 were out of town, out of state, and so we used our Runaway as our take-along motel room.
That's correct. The other thing it done is it allowed us to bring Herky on all our trips with us. So we have this little camper now. Herky can hang out in there if he can't go in a place. We have climate control for him there. That small generator, I can fire that up on a parking lot, and he can sit there in the air conditioning while we're in a restaurant.
Well, we did that out in Oatman, Arizona, because dogs aren't really fond of all the donkeys running around, and so he stayed in the camper with
I think that's another thing. It's just allowed us to be flexible traveling with Herky.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do now is we're going to show you the inside of the camper. Our channel is really not about the Runaway Camper, but it's cold today, and we do get a lot of questions about our Runaway almost every time we stop at a gas station.
Number 1 question. How do you pop it up?
How do you pop it up?
So let's just say right now, you don't pop it up.
You don't pop this thing up.
This is what you have.
What you see is what you get. So anyway, looks like Herky's decided he's done with this too. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to show you inside and just show you how we use our Runaway. And so come along and we'll take a look. So the inside, we've raised the bed just a smidge so we can store stuff underneath of it. We have Herky stuff, chairs, our hiking sticks, and
extra table, things like that. The top shelf, which came from the factory in the Runaway, we have our personal things, shower stuff, things like that. The microwave can sit here as we travel. When we road trip, we also use it in this position. When we're set up for like camping, it's outside. And this is the rest of our kitchen things. And this is Ed's clothes, my clothes, and then our porta potty, which is for non-serious business. It's a cassette toilet, which means you just pop out the bottom, easy to take into any bathroom, flush, rinse it out, put it back together. We also have an air conditioner. We have a small heater that travels with us. And we have a TV with a DVD player built in. Keep our DVDs right over here next to the microwave. Ed made these cute little shelves on top of each window. Our curtain connects up in there, and then you just untie these and the curtain comes down, and they are blackout curtains. And then we have a cargo net to put the pillows in that we used to prop ourselves up or whatever, and then they're out of the way when we are sleeping. Or our coats could go up there too, I suppose. So that's it. That's our little dude on the inside.
Okay, I'm going to do a little walk around of our Runaway Camper. I highly suggest our friend Charles Moman's video where he does a comparison between the 4-foot and the 6-foot. We helped him make that video, and our camper is actually in that video. I'll put a link to it in the description below. As you can see, we have a 6-foot wide version, and we like to put stickers on the back of our camper of all the places we've been. Some people don't like to do that. For us, it helps us remember the places we've been. The camper, this is a pretty standard Range Runner camper. We did add the racks on the top. Our original thought was we were going to carry some kayaks with us, and then after we bought the camper, I had a bad fall and promptly broke my shoulder, and there went the idea of the kayaks, but maybe someday. We have a window on each side, and that's really nice to allow cross ventilation of air come through. The door is fairly wide. We can get in and out of this thing with no problem whatsoever. I would say that some people say that they have to crawl in or things like that. We don't have to do that. It's actually pretty easy for us to just step up into the camper. We don't have a problem with that at all. The height of this sits about 19 inches off the floor, and the width of it is about 22 inches, something like that. So it's worked out really nice for us. The height is low, but I have the bed set to where I don't have to hit my head on the bed or anything. I put a handle on the door because we were having trouble with it reaching in and close it. So actually found this on a clearance rack at Walmart for a couple bucks. So that was pretty easy. And of course our Still Crazy sticker we've put on here. So that's about it as far as the side of this. Let's move around to the front. Sorry for the mess. It's in our garage and we're just doing this on a cold day. Right here is the electrical hookup for the 110. It goes directly into the camper, and you just pull it out and plug it in. It's very simple. In addition, I added a cable outlet where we can screw a cable in here. Sometimes when we're at some RV parks, they have cable TV, and although we don't spend a lot of time watching television, we don't spend a lot of time in there, it's nice to pick up the Weather Channel, and that's pretty much, especially like when we're in Florida, the television just runs the Weather Channel the whole time. And so that's pretty much what we use it for. The air conditioner's right here. It's got a cover on it. I just make a habit, anytime I plug in the trailer, I take the cover off the air conditioning. And we have had no issues with our air conditioning whatsoever. We plug it in, it runs. We've never had any leaking or anything like that. It's been really great. We've got some storage on the front here where we keep some totes in. This varies depending on where we're camping at. Like I mentioned before, we do road tripping and we do camping in the woods also. So depending on where we're going, we have different totes with our different supplies for those areas, and we put that in. You can see that they like for you to keep this. There's got some stickers here, but they like for you to keep this all around 100 pounds. Don't put anything more in there. It becomes a challenge, but I do put a bathroom scale on here, and for me, the tongue weight is, I try not to exceed 200 pounds on the tongue weight, and so we watch that carefully. So at the beginning of the video, we talked briefly about our tow vehicles and what we use to tow our camper with. And that really was one of the main driving points behind getting a tiny camper. Although since we have owned it, we've found so many different other advantages to it that, I mean, this is pretty much, we don't have any aspirations right now of upgrading or anything like that. We really like this setup, and so we plan on keeping it like this. When we first bought the camper, we had a 4-cylinder, and we still do own it. We had a 4-cylinder Chevy HHR. It was a 2007. I think they recommend around 1,000 or 1,200 pound towing capacity. Herky has his toys in here, and he likes to go in and get them. So anyway, so we use our HHR to tow this for many years. For the first 2 years we had it, and then we switched over to a Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger has a 4-cylinder, a 2.3, and it has a manual transmission in it. We really like to take our Ford Ranger because we can pile it full of all kinds of junk, our bicycles and everything like that. But those of you that have Ford Rangers know that they're kind of gutless. They're kind of sluggish. I think the towing capacity on that thing is 3,500 pounds, but it doesn't tow fast. It tows well. We don't have any handling problems or anything like that. So that's another tow vehicle we use. So the best tow vehicle that we own that we really like, we love this car, is our 2014 Ford Escape. It has the 2.0 EcoBoost engine in it, and it also has a turbo. So we have plenty of power. You don't even know the camper's back there. The towing capacity on that car is 3,500 pounds, and it has the factory tow package installed in it. So we really like that vehicle to tow our Runaway. We don't have to worry about the weights or anything like that. I think the empty weight on this is about 980 pounds or something like that. We do watch our weight on this thing. We are careful about how much stuff we put in here, just because it affects gas mileage. With my Ford Escape, we get about 18 miles to the gallon, and so it's very affordable to take it across country. We like towing with the Ford Escape on long trips, but short trips where we're camping and we're bringing a lot of stuff, we like using the truck. So anyway, that's a short review of the camper and how we tow it and the outside of it.